Major development here involving a Kansas branch of the DHS and the Kansas government. They went to a secret briefing in an undisclosed location at an abandoned Air Force base in Topeka to discuss a possible business and agricultural cybersecurity threat. Here in just a second, I'm about to play you a video involving a news brief involving these people.
An unprecedented move in Topeka. House members were bussed away from the state capitol for a briefing with the Department of Homeland Security. Representatives were taken to Forbes Field this afternoon for a private meeting. The Adjutant General's office says legislators were briefed on security and got a tour of the airbase. One Northeast Kansas representative called the meeting, quote, routine and, quote, somewhat anticlimactic given the buildup. Senators will get the same briefing next week.
All I'm going to say is, it is not anticlimactic. Something is not adding up here with this current situation. If that were the case, then why is it the security briefing is through a U.S. Department of Homeland Security officials? Number one, I don't think this should have been acknowledged, let alone briefed or anything. Number two, legislatures saw the briefing as highly unusual because they were conducted on a former air base south of Topeka. Lawmakers were required to ride to the site in unmarked, whitewashed National Guard buses with lawmakers assigned to specific buses. Democratic Governor Laura Kelly's administration acknowledged Tuesday that the briefing was set up at her request in coordination with the state directors of Homeland Security. Now, this is very key. They're trying to play this like the U.S. Department of Homeland Security was the one putting this on. However, she said the state director. State director answers to the governor. There's some very crooked things going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me continue. Briefing came less than 5 months after a federal indictment charged the University of Kansas associate professor of secretly working for a Chinese university while doing research on Kansas on projects funded by the U.S. government. The professor contends that a visiting scholar fabricated the allegations and is trying to get the charges dismissed. No. Something tells me the Trump administration doesn't know what the hell's going on here. But there's a little more, and this is the part that angers me more than anything. The Kansas State University campus in Northeast Kansas is home to a new $1.25 billion national biosecurity lab that is expected to start operations in 2023. This news article I will have in the description below for you. But there is more information you need to understand. According to Wikipedia, this National Bio and Agro Defense Facility is a planned U.S. government-run research facility. Once again, the state of Kansas has decided to drop the ball on not only transparency, who's funding it, everything, but it gets worse. Background: NBAF was initially proposed because the current facility on Plum Island was considered inadequate by the DHS as a facility that's too small to have and does not have the biosafety level 4 capabilities. This new facility will research and develop countermeasures to combat high consequence biological threats, including human, zoonotic, transmitted from animals to humans, and foreign animal diseases. Included among the diseases to be studied in the research lab are foot and mouth disease, classical swine fever, African swine fever, and contagious bovine pleural pneumonia. Approximately 10%. 10%. One thing I am sick and tired of is experimentation of these diseases. Some mad, raving lunatic could go in there, steal these diseases, and commit to biological warfare. Now let me give you a background on this. This site was put under construction in 2010. Site's power began in 2013, and the lab was enacted in 2015. All under the care of Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a fan of this facility. And when government officials are taken inside a secret compound in the middle of nowhere to an abandoned airbase to be given risk assessment information, and a Democratic congresswoman is saying she was not impressed, it's the same normal protocol Why even bother? That's what you need to freaking look at. That is red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's up to something. And according to that article on KSN, they're saying there is a possibility of an agricultural style cyber attack. Is this the ingredients for a false flag? Ladies and gentlemen, you need to stay vigilant. And if you live in this state, this very state that I'm in right now, you need to be angry. You need to be concerned. You need to make sure that these government officials are not only held on account, but they need to start being more transparent. This state is dead last in transparency, and I'll be damned if they're going to get out there and freaking sneak this one under the damn radar like all the others. I don't want it under the radar. I want to be briefed and told where my tax dollars are going. And if these tax dollars are paying for a facility that may have serious consequences, any potential risk to bioterrorism, it needs to be shut down. And whoever was the ringleaders involved in this situation, they need to be investigated. And if it traces all the way back to Chinese government and even Obama, both parties need to be looked into. The federal government needs to get involved. I don't give a damn what that governor says. She is doing enough insanity. People, you need to start standing up. This is a serious situation that's brewing here in my own backyard. You need to be telling your congressmen and senators this needs to be looked into. Folks, you need to share this video if and whenever you can.